We've got the Viper Championship for you today. This is the second of 4 PBA standard events at the World Series of Bowling. We've got 12 games over 2 days, with the top 24 advancing to a match play bracket and the top 8 receiving a bye in that bracket. Players will be competing on the 38-foot Viper oil pattern. Look for more urethane going down the lane than at the Scorpion Championship, and look for break points closer to the gutter. Reminder, the qualifying portions of all 4 of these standard events count for qualifying for the PBA World Championship. These 4 standard events are an absolute sprint to get into match play, but players also have to play the long game every day to make sure they get into the top 50 for the World Championship. Here's the top 16 for the World Championship after one event. Let's catch up with Packy and Keven in round 1.
It's bailing out or something. Like, it's still trying to shake. I think if you just get closer to it, it comes off.
Yeah, at least now it looks like when I hit the pocket, it's trying to strike.
Yeah.
Not trying to, like, flat 7 or 10 pin. It's not going too far forward. Squad equity, and that's one. No, it's one word. Okay. It's one word, because if we separate it as 2, then it's like we're complaining about it. But if it's 1, it's like we made up our own word.
Squad equity.
I'm not complaining, but this is crazy. This is what I thought. Yeah, this is Boog holding the camera. This is what I thought the scores were going to be on our squad, and then they weren't.
Wait for a good video. You ready?
Look, how did it go for you?
It went very well.
What is very well?
I am 284 over after the first 6 games. I got 222 of those the first 3 games. So we slowed down.
I thought you were going to get to 400 over.
That would have been really, really cool, but I didn't.
Are you in first?
No, I'm not in first.
Well, here's the deal, guys. We're shutting it down for tonight. Boog went 1 billion over. BJ bowled well. I bowled better. It was a better first block for me than it has been all season long. So I'll take it. Even though my spot on the leaderboard is not amazing, I feel like I figured the lanes out enough to strike a little bit. Went plus 82. I bailed out every bad game by having it felt like the back 4 or 5 strikes to get to 200. So tomorrow, we're just going to get the back 4 or 5 strikes, hopefully, to get to like some 230s and 40s. So I think tomorrow, same game plan, throwing a weaker urethane ball across the middle of the lane, maybe adding some loft like I did earlier in the day, like you guys saw, just to help my ball push through the middle part of the lane, because that's what I dealt with as a problem the most. Was once I had to move in, the middle part of the lane hooked so much that I couldn't get my ball to push when I missed in and still hit the pocket. Not asking for strikes, but just asking for a couple less splits. As you saw, the back 2 games I had 5 or 6 splits and struck plenty, just had too many splits. So hopefully less splits tomorrow, more strikes, and more score. Super, super important just for the World Championships overall to be consistent. It's just important to be consistent enough to try and jump into that top 50 number. Right now I went minus 50, plus 130, plus 80, so I'm sitting at about 160 or 170 over. Just got to keep chipping away. That's all it's about.
Darren Ong from Singapore put on an absolute clinic in round 1, shooting 300 in games 1 and 3 to take the lead, averaging 248. Our guy Boog Krol also shot 300 game 1 and averaged 247 to put himself in 2nd place and in good position to make his 2nd match play appearance at the World Series of Bowling. Surprising absolutely no one, EJ Tackett is also in the top 3, averaging 239. Tom Dougherty won the World Championship in 2021, and he's off to a great start at the Viper, sitting in 4th. Alec Keplinger, who made the telecast at the Nevada Classic, sits in 5th, shooting 300 in Game 6. Other notable players in the top 24 are Hall of Famer Chris Barnes in 6th, Andrew Anderson in 9th, PWBA star Verdi Crawley in 12th, Belmo in 17th, and the smoothest bowler on tour, Mitch Hupe, is in 21st. After round 1, it takes an average of 227.17 to crack the top 24. One of my favorite blocks today came from a player who didn't have a game between 300 and 182. I've been that guy before, and I'm sure a lot of you have as well. Here's how the house guys sit after round 1. There's a lot of urethane going down the lanes at the Viper Championship, and if you think urethane is for losers, check out our t-shirts on thehousebowling.com and use code PBA25 to save 10% all season. After the next 6 games, the top 24 advance to a match play bracket, and the top 8 receive a first round bye in that bracket. In round 2, Darren Ong shot another 300 in game 1 and sits in first place heading into match play. That's 3 300s in the first 7 games. EJ Tackett averaged 240 over 12 games and sits in second. Boog continued his excellent play and sits in third. Tom Dougherty maintained his 4th place finish, averaging 235. Kris Prather averaged 246 in round 2 with a 191 his last game to jump from 33rd to 5th. For the second tournament in a row, Matt Ogle was out of the cut after 6 games, but he averaged 255 in round 2 to jump from 94th to 6th and secure a first round bye. Larson and Perez round out the top 8, and these 8 players receive a bye in match play. There were a number of players that were outside of the cut in round 1 that made huge moves in round 2 to make it. The most notable being Patrick Dombrowski, who moved from 123rd to 15th and made match play for the 2nd tournament in a row. Here are the remaining qualifiers and your matchups for the first round of match play at the Viper Championship. The round of 24 is best of 5 games, and Packy and the boys are headed to the stadium to watch BJ Moore and the other competitors.
So just the
Pretty well. We are in 3rd place,
which
means we got a bye tonight.
Got a bye tonight. We're bowling next week. Again.
Back to back.
Back to back.
Also, somebody in the comments of the last video said that I was not being supportive of the Malaysian team. First off, I never said they were bad. I think those guys are superstars, which is why they make the cut. I just was rooting for Boog.
Yeah, we're rooting for our roommate and our dog.
Yeah. Woof woof.
All right. I'm not rooting for you anymore.
Okay.
Ask me how it went today, guys. Ask me how it went. Threw it good. Gotta adjust the game plan for the layouts a little bit. The black camera looked pretty good, but hooking a little too early, going a little too square through the pins. We're gonna need a little more angle, so we tweaked the layout. We're gonna tweak the surface a little bit, and we're gonna start striking tomorrow. Chameleon.
Are you?
I'm gonna be the chameleon tomorrow.
Are you the chameleon or the shark?
Both, what? I am the chameleon now.
Land and water?
I thought I was gonna be the viper, but I'm gonna be the chameleon.
You got bit.
I just ran away, I feel like. I don't feel like I got bit. I feel like I just ran away from the viper.
Nice.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to National Bowling.
Time to root on BJ.
It's not even fucking fair. It's crazy filming BJ. Because you can see him over the railing.
Just only Boog's forehead.
This is how it looks when I film it. Ready? This is how it looks when I film it. That's how it looks.
What's BJ got to do to win? He's got to think hard, be hard. Because he's the only one on the side of the lane, I'd be curious to see if he can... actually separate it with reactive and like hook the lane, or if he needs some more friction to be able to do that. That's my curiosity.
I love this. I love this. This is what it's
Thank
about.
you. My son loves you. He's like a two-hander himself.
Just
so.
went to two-handed about 2 years ago. He shot 300.
What's your son's name?
Cameron.
Take a video.
This is why he's the program.
G'day, say Cameron is Belmo. I just bowled this guy, and luckily for me, I got through. So good for him, but hopefully we get a chance to meet each other. Would love to meet you, mate. Do your thing, be amazing. Thanks. It's pretty good.
Situation. BJ needs a double intent lock
Good
out.
double and count.
Double and count, locks
And
him
this
out.
is his good lane too. This is the lane.
The
he's
left lane is
facing.
way better than the right lane. Lockdown. Which is, in turn, the left lane's also way worse for Jesper.
Lock. What?
Keven, situation.
Jesper needs to strike here and would be a double in the 10th to lock out BJ. If he doesn't strike here, BJ can throw all three in the 10th to win by uno.
This one's
Jesper took down BJ Moore in 5 games, but BJ's off to a great start at the World Series of Bowling. Stu Williams beat Bailey Maverick in 4 games. Trevor Roberts took down William Berggren in 4 games. Hall of Famer Chris Barnes beat Frank Snodgrass in 4 games. Trevor Ashby took down Hall of Famer Bill O'Neill in 4 games. Belmo swept Nick Bergaro, and he's in the top 16 for the first 2 World Series events. House guest Zach Wilkins beat PWBA star Verity Crawley in 5 games. After a ridiculous round 2, Patrick Dombrowski beat Andrew Anderson in 5 games. Here are your matchups for the round of 16. The remaining players will continue in the match play bracket on March 17th. The 4 winners in the bracket plus the highest seeded loser will qualify for the 5-man stepladder finals. The Viper Championship TV finals will be contested live on FS1 on March 17th at 6 p.m. Eastern. Because the round of 16 and the round of 8 match play are on the same day as the TV stepladder finals, we're not going to have enough time to bring you guys a video for the rest of the Viper Championship. So on March 17th, rewatch this video for a recap of how the first part of this tournament went. Then follow the scores for the round of 16 and the round of 8 on PBA.com and tune into the TV show that evening. The next event of the World Series of Bowling is the Chameleon Championship, and qualifying is already underway. We will bring you a recap of qualifying in the first round of match play from the Chameleon Championship in a couple days.